Welcome back to AI Brief, everyone, episode 91, kicking off with some really interesting AI developments, the usual stuff that's been keeping us busy lately. I'm Amin.
And I'm Leah.
We've got some fascinating stuff to unpack today, really kind of groundbreaking things happening.
Yeah, absolutely. There's this new company, Reve. They've just entered the scene kind of out of nowhere, and they're making a big splash with their image model.
Reve Image 1.0, right?
That's the one codenamed Half Moon, if you can believe it.
Half Moon, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting choice. So what's so special about this Rev Image 1.0? Why are we talking about it?
Well, get this. It's already at the top of the artificial analysis image arena rankings.
Top spot. Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah, and that means it's beating out some big names like Google's Imagen 3, even Midjourney V6.1.
Right, those are the heavy hitters.
Yeah.
So a new player comes in and just blows everyone out of the water. How are they doing that?
They're all about, logic in their models, or at least that's what they say. Their mission statement is to enhance visual generative models with logic. And, when you look at RevImage 1.0, it kind of shows, it's really accurate when it comes to prompts, which is a huge deal in this space.
Prompt accuracy is so important, right? If you
Yeah.
can't get the AI to understand what you want, then what's the point?
Exactly. And there's something else RevImage 1.0 does really well. It can put long pieces of text into images.
Really, that's pretty cool. And it's not just text to image?
Oh, no, there's more. They have natural language editing. You can upload your own photos, all that good stuff. They even have this Explore tab so you can see what other users are making.
Sounds like they've thought of everything.
Right. And, you can actually try it out yourself. They have a free preview of RevImage 1.0 available. No API access yet, but I'm sure that's coming.
I mean, they're a new company, but they're clearly moving fast.
Yeah.
It's amazing to see a new player come in and shake things up like this, especially with the photorealism and, like you said, the text capabilities.
Absolutely. It's going to be interesting to see what they do next. But for now, I think we should shift gears and talk about DeepSeek.
DeepSeek, the Chinese AI startup, right? What have they been up to?
They just released this new version of their V3 model called V30324.
V30324. Okay, and what's so interesting about this particular model?
It's huge, 641 GB, but it can run on a regular high-end PC.
Wait, 641 GB? That's massive. How can that even work on a PC?
They're using this thing called a mixture of experts architecture. So basically, only a small part of the model is active at any given time. Only about 37 billion parameters per token.
I see. So they're basically breaking up the work. Still, that's impressive they can get it to run on something like a Mac Studio. Makes this kind of AI a lot more accessible, right?
For sure. And people are already saying good things about it, especially when it comes to math and coding. One user said it's the best non-reasoning model out there right now.
And didn't DeepSeek also make a big change to their licensing?
Oh, yeah, that's right. V30324 is open source now under the MIT license.
So anyone can use it, modify it, even sell it, right?
Pretty much. It's a big shift from how they used to do things, and it could have a huge impact on the AI community.
Yeah, this could really accelerate development. With everyone being able to build on each other's work, it's a big deal.
Totally. And it's not every day you see a large model like this being made so readily available. It's definitely something to watch.
Okay, so we've talked about image generation and this huge language model, but now I want to talk about reasoning, specifically the ARC Prize Foundation and their new benchmark.
Oh, yeah. ARC AGI2. That's causing quite a stir.
It's designed to be really tough, right?
Absolutely. They focus on tasks that are easy for humans, like things that two people could figure out in under 2 tries.
Sounds simple enough.
Well, not for AI, apparently. The results so far have been pretty disappointing.
Like, how bad are we talking?
OpenAI's O3 Low, which scored 75.7% on the previous benchmark, is only getting about 4% on ARC AGI2.
Wow, that's a huge drop.
It kind of makes you realize that even with all the progress we've made, AI still struggles with some basic reasoning skills.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that we're not quite there yet, even if it feels like we're on the verge of AGI sometimes. So what's ARC doing to push things forward?
Well, for the ARC Prize 2025, they're offering $1 million in prizes. The big prize goes to the first team that can get 85% accuracy on ARC AGI2.
And they're also factoring in efficiency, right?
Exactly. They're measuring the cost per task, so it's not just about performance. It's about doing it efficiently, too.
It's a whole new challenge, really pushing the boundaries of what we consider AI reasoning. So that's Riv, DeepSeek, and ARC, all doing some really interesting things. But that's not all that's been happening, right?
Oh, definitely not. There's been a ton of other news and updates.
Well, let's run through some of those then. What else has been catching your eye?
OpenAI has shuffled their leadership around a bit. Sam Altman is stepping back from the CEO role to focus more on the technical side.
Makes sense. He's always been very passionate about the research. So who's taking over the reins?
Brad Lightcap, their COO, is stepping up to handle deals and partnerships.
Okay, so Lightcap is going to be the face of OpenAI, while Altman focuses on the tech. What about the research itself?
Mark Chen is the new chief research officer, and they've got Julia Villagra as the new chief people officer.
Right. Always good to have someone focus on the people side of things, especially in a fast-growing company like OpenAI.
Totally. But it's not just OpenAI making moves. Ant Group has developed this new technique for training models that's way cheaper.
Cheaper. That's always good news. How much cheaper are we talking?
20% cheaper. And they say the performance is comparable to NVIDIA's H800 chips.
Wow, that's a big deal. Could really change the economics of AI development if they can pull that off.
Definitely. And speaking of development, Alibaba's Qwen team just open sourced their Qwen 2.5 VL32B Instruct model. It's a vision language model with some really good math and visual understanding capabilities.
So another powerful tool for the open source community. It's amazing how much innovation is happening in this space.
It really is. And it's not just about the tech itself. There's also a lot of focus on the impact of AI. Like Reed Hastings, the Netflix co-founder, just made a huge donation to create this new AI initiative.
Yeah, the Hastings Initiative for AI and Humanity, right? What's their focus?
Basically, studying the risks and future implications of AI. It's interesting to see more and more tech leaders thinking about this stuff.
Yeah, it's not just about building cool tech anymore. It's about understanding the consequences, the ethics, all of that.
Absolutely. But there's still plenty of cool tech being developed. Like Google is rolling out these Project Astra features to Gemini.
Right, I've heard about that. What are those features all about?
They're adding advanced vision, live video, even screen reading.
So Gemini is becoming more of a true AI assistant then, able to interact with the world in a more meaningful way.
Exactly. And Alibaba is getting in on the action too. They released this model called LHM that can make 3D avatars from a single image.
That's pretty wild. So you can take a picture of yourself and turn it into an animated character.
Pretty much. The possibilities are endless. And some Android users are already getting early access to a Gemini feature, also called Project Astra, that can answer questions based on what it sees on your screen or through your camera.
Wow, so it's like having an AI that can see and understand what you're doing on your phone.
Right. It's all about making AI more integrated with our daily lives. And there are even rumors that Samsung is working on Gemini-powered smart glasses.
Oh yeah, that would be huge, especially with Meta pushing their AI Ray-Bans. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Totally. And all this while, coders are increasingly incorporating AI into their workflows. Wired did this investigation and found that like 75% of coders have at least tried using AI.
That many. Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess it makes sense. AI has the potential to really change how we write code.
Yeah, though there are still a lot of mixed feelings about it. Some people are really excited about the possibilities, while others are worried about what it means for the future of coding.
It's a big shift, for sure. And it's not just coding. AI is being used in all sorts of fields, like drug discovery.
Yeah, the Oxford Drug Discovery Institute used AI to speed up their Alzheimer's research by like 10 times. They were able to study key genes in days instead of weeks.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's really amazing to see how AI is impacting so many different areas.
Absolutely. And it's not just about the research and development. There's also a lot happening on the business side. Like Furious AI, this chip developer from Seoul, just turned down a huge acquisition offer from Meta.
Really? How huge are we talking?
Well, like $800 million.
Wow, that's a lot of money to walk away from.
Yeah, but they're betting on their own future. They clearly believe they can do even better on their own.
I guess that's the spirit of a true entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And it's not just companies. Even countries are getting in on the action. The UAE has pledged to invest something like $1.4 trillion in AI infrastructure and chips in the U.S.
Yeah, over the next 10 years. It's a sign of how seriously everyone is taking this. AI is becoming a global priority.
It really is. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here, but there are a few more things I want to touch on. Specifically, some of the new AI tools that have been popping up.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool ones.
Like there's this browser extension called Promptimize. It's supposed to help you create those perfect prompts for different AI models.
Yeah, no more struggling to get the wording just right. Just click a button and you're good to go.
Sounds pretty handy. And then there's Tencent AI's Hunyuan T1 model. They're claiming it's as good as DeepSeek, both in terms of performance and price.
Another great option for developers, especially those who are looking for alternatives to the big players.
Competition is always good, drives innovation. And then there's Zapier MCP, which is basically a way to connect AI across thousands of different apps.
No more messing around with APIs, just connect and go. It could be a game changer for automation workflows.
And have you heard of Claude Think? It's supposed to be some kind of enhanced problem-solving tool for Claude.
I haven't tried it myself yet, but it sounds promising. If they can really make Claude smarter, that would be huge.
Yeah, that's always the goal, right? To create AI that can actually think for itself.
Okay, back to the tools. There's this one called Substrata, which is all about helping sales teams close more deals. It analyzes real-time conversations to give you insights into customer behavior.
So it's like having an AI coach for your sales team.
Pretty much. And then there's QuotoGen, which is specifically for developers. It helps you write better code with fewer bugs.
Every developer's dream, right? And Reworked is all about extracting data from websites without any coding.
It's amazing how much you can do with AI these days.
Really is. And then we have Scarbe, which is like a sales assistant that captures interactions and suggests follow-up actions.
It's all about automating those tedious tasks so you can focus on the important stuff.
And lastly, there's Eddy AI, an AI-powered video editor that can handle all sorts of tasks, from rough cuts to multi-camera editing.
It's like having a whole editing team at your fingertips.
So there you have it, a whirlwind tour of the latest AI developments.
It's incredible how fast things are moving.
I know, it's hard to keep up sometimes. But that's what we're here for, right? To help you make sense of it all.
Exactly.
So be sure to follow AI Brief if you want to stay ahead of the curve. And don't forget to share this with your friends, family, colleagues, anyone who might be interested in this amazing world of AI. Until next time.
Bye.